Now, ladies and gentlemen, we turn our attention to another group of trailblazing women who will explore how technology, ethics, and vision are coming together to shape a smarter, safer, and more inclusive digital future. And for this discussion, please do welcome to the stage Hanane Elmir, Vice President for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and Meta at Oracle, Dr. Hajar Al-Haddaoui, Director General at Digital Cooperation Organization, Ashwaq AlShathri, Group Vice President and Saudi Country Lead at Publicis Sapient, and of course your moderator, Latifa Shamrookh, a public figure. Please do put your hands together as we welcome them to the stage.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Forbes Middle East Women's Summit 25. I'm Latifa. In this session, Frontline Innovator, we will explore pioneering women are shaping AI and digital security with impact, ethics, and long-term progress in mind. I'm honored to be joined by three leaders who built what most of us discuss, AI. Please welcome with me Hanane Elmir, VP Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Meta Oracle, Dr. Hajar Haddaoui, Director General, Digital Corporation Organization, Ashwaq, GVP General Management, Publicis, Sapient. Our promise is simple. To leave your practice will move, you can apply this month. So let's start giving a small induction about Ms. Hanane Elmir. Ms. Hanane from Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. She's the VP at Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, leading AI-ready cloud across the Middle East and Africa. She's a trusted partner to government and enterprises on secure, scalable digital transformation. She's a champion of women in tech, turning innovation into real impact at regional scale. Welcome on stage. So with that mentioned, let us explore more. OCI powers MENA-META transformations. It is the heart of many organizations' digital transformation today. How are you enabling responsible AI adoption while strengthening data security?
Okay, well, thank you very much for having me. I'm very pleased to be here today. Oracle Cloud Infrastructure supports responsible AI adoption and data security through a comprehensive and double-layered approach. And I can add some key elements here. So one of the important aspects is to have data localization and regional cloud infrastructures, like in countries. And Oracle has built, or Oracle operates multiple cloud infrastructure across the Middle East and Africa region. We have built 2 cloud infrastructure here in the Kingdom of Saudi. So we have one in Riyadh, one in Jeddah. We have built also 2 cloud infrastructure regions in United Arab Emirates, one in Dubai, one in Abu Dhabi. We have built cloud region in South Africa. So these regional cloud infrastructure offer organizations the way to comply with data sovereignty and data residency requirement. So this is like very important. And Oracle also collaborate with government institutions and critical industries who requires what we call sovereign cloud. And we offer that through a very specific deployment model, which we call dedicated cloud infrastructure. Basically, this model or this deployment, it doesn't just enable or offer in-country deployment, but in customer, like within the customer side deployment, behind their firewall. So all government, either public or even private institutions, they can comply with the national data protection requirements by deploying these, let's say, sovereign cloud. So it's a very unique deployment. And of course, security is another important aspect. And Oracle, all of our technology has built-in security. So the Oracle infrastructure architecture was designed with security as a baseline, with always on encryption, at transit and at rest, identity and access management and continuous monitoring. All that provide robust security for the data, which is very, very important.
Of course, it is important. It links ethics to architecture, so leader can install guidelines from day one when they implement security and enabling AI in the digital industry. Yeah. Moving to Dr. Hajar. Dr. Hajar, a small, big achievements, should we say. She's the Director General of DCO, steering multi-country cooperation for inclusive digital prosperity, a voice for tech diplomacy, aligning policy, innovation, and skills across borders, driving practical frameworks from AI, data flows, and SME participation in the digital economy. Having said that, allow me to ask you a question. You've described tech diplomacy as a bridge between innovation and governance. How can nations use it to shape global policies and ensure equitable access to digital prosperity?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me here. Really glad and honored to be in this powerhouse and to share my thought about this topic. Tech diplomacy for me is a critical item. We always talk about diplomacy or technology aside. And in today's world, with today's challenges, with today's technology not only emerging in our countries, but also having the digital divide, it's really critical and important to talk about what the meaning of tech diplomacy brought together. In 2017, the first tech diplomat was appointed in Silicon Valley from Denmark. And the reason why is with the emerging technology today, there is a part where the diplomat position is changing and evolving, and where with the technology we need to raise policy, we need to have a common framework for our member state, not only but also ensure governance toward AI and cyber attack for policymakers. Therefore, at DCU, what we aim for is working with our member state, but not only. Today, we move to the tech gov ecosystem, and therefore we see more and more technology company involving with the government, startups, SMEs, and more. And it's important to ensure that this ecosystem is working. We cannot do digital transformation in isolation. And therefore, the importance of linking this ecosystem with our member state. We are working with private sector alike from Oracle, alike from Publicis, and the company today is a technology company without knowing, because technology is everywhere. And we are helping our member state to drive more resilient digital economy and more social prosperity, because as we are sitting here today, 2.9 billion people are not connected. So to avoid that this digital divide is bigger in the future with the AI, we need to ensure that all the ecosystem is together, all hands on deck for tech diplomacy.
True, thank you very much. Can you, out of curiosity and to measure those projects, can you name SMEs trained, on board, or award projects?
Sure.
Even though?
So we launched the Stride initiative, where we have helped only in Q1 and Q2 startups, more than 400 startups in the kingdom, in the GCC, also in Europe and Africa, raising more than 22 million by simply providing them with the full value chain and ecosystem, deal zone, matchmaking, connected them with VCs, etc. But not only, I would love to raise the point for women. So by simply connecting women to internet, we are increasing GDP 3 times. So what we have done is really encouraging women to move from offline to e-commerce by providing them with a platform, but not only capacity building, that they are digital savvy, trade savvy, and financially savvy, and also connecting them with the financial sector. And until today, we have 2,000 women. The first story was in the Taif with a woman that is selling those rose perfume. And just by providing this woman a platform, by providing her with capacity building, today she is sending or selling or expanding to more than 60 member states. And she is now with a revenue of more than 1 million, just by providing her with the tools and the capacity building. If we double down on that in many countries, I think the impact will be huge, and that's what we stand for.
That's huge. Thank you for sharing this.
Pleasure.
Moving to Mrs. Ashwaq AlShathri. Let's give a brief to the audience. She is the country manager and director for Saudi Arabia leading digital business transformation under Vision 2030. She orchestrates strategy, products, experience, engineering, data, and AI to deliver outcomes. She advocates for talent and innovation, accelerating sector growth from concept to scaled delivery. Welcome, Ashwaq, and thank you for joining. Let's dive in. Where is the GCC positioned today in robotics and AI adoption, and which sectors are leading the transformation?
First of all, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for the audience to be here. It's absolutely great pleasure meeting you all. I'm sensing that positive energy coming from you, so keep it up. Thank you. So basically, when it comes to AI is written our future by code, by competencies, by data, and by human efficiencies. And when it comes to GCC, what's really differentiate our region from other global regions is how we basically going forward with a tangible and bold steps with a high pace. And for example, when it comes to government, I would say we're not basically treating AI use cases as experimental anymore. We're taking it to a more advanced stage to be the core to design the digital economy in Saudi Arabia and GCC. And taking Saudi Arabia in consideration, AI is basically becoming or position itself as the heart of Vision 2030. There is a massive investment in cloud infrastructure, in data governance, in app modernization, and even in AI competencies and capabilities. And when it comes to industries, like there are several industries basically are led by the AI. One of the industries that's really impressing me here in GCC is the FS, the financial sector. So with that new smart digital apps or digital banks, using their advanced agentic tools to automate a process, to advance customer experience, to sometimes customize, which is something new, to customize customer engagement, to project the risk and to project the analysis of some of investment. Also, there is the health sector, I would say.
Health sector, okay.
Absolutely. The health sector, actually, there is a huge disruption, a revolution when it comes to health sector because of AI. So AI now embedded and very sensitive, I would say, frustrated actions in health sector, like doing, anticipating the diseases that might come in future. Many forms, some, I would say, medications to mitigate them. Robots, basically, now they are doing surgeries. They're part of human healing as well. So GCC, they're using and embedding AI very smartly. It's not becoming like embracing AI anymore. It's designing, I would say.
Part of it.
Yeah, and designing and engineering new era of a digital autonomous.
Thank you very much for this. Mrs. Hanane Al-Mir, when you said about being responsible of deploying AI. From your perspective, what emerging technologies will most redefine how we balance innovation and protection in the digital ecosystem over the next decade?
Yes. So I believe, creating a balance between innovation and protection is something that is very important.
Sure.
And there are a number of high-impact emergent technologies that help create that balance. And one of these emergent technologies is something called privacy-enhancing cryptography. And what it does, basically, it helps or it allows, for some computing to happen on encrypted data without using the raw data. And that is something very important. So this technology, it provides a high or a huge privacy gains, but in terms of performance and engineering maturity, remain a challenge. So there are other, let's say, high-impact emergent technologies. And another example I can share with the audience is something that's called zero knowledge proofs. And what we mean, I know this is like a very weird name.
That's interesting.
But this is like really like new emergent technologies built specifically, to create that balance between innovation and protection. Because, sometimes when we get excited and we keep innovating, we miss, on that data privacy and the protection side. So all these are very emergent technologies. So this new one, or what we call the zero knowledge proof, what it does basically is, to prove a fact is true without revealing the underlying data. And if I want to give an example, it will be like, I can tell that I am eligible, for something without providing my identity.
That's
And this
amazing.
is very,
This
is something
very critical and amazing in the same time. Don't you
Sorry?
think? It's very critical and amazing.
So it's very unique, very important, and it is a fundamental primitive for private verification in blockchain,
Of course, yes.
in identity, in proof or fraud proof, etc. Another example I could share is something we call confidential computing. And what it does basically is to run, some workloads in a protected hardware or platform.
Fantastic.
And this is also very important.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
You're
for the
welcome.
time. I'm very sorry. Dr. Hajar, the DCO represents a multi-country platform for digital inclusion. What recent initiatives have shown tangible progress in advancing cooperation across borders?
Well, many of our initiatives, but I will reveal one of them is the digital foreign direct investment. Today, when we talk about digital economy, each and every country do have its competitive advantage. One of the examples is, I was talking with the minister and I said, Your Excellency, what is your priority today? And the answer was, guess what? AI.
Of course.
But the country is connected only 20%. So how it can be that a country that is not yet fully connected, the priority is AI. So how to close the gap is really one of the key initiative and project that we are working with the member state on. And this is done through the digital FDI by ensuring that the competitive advantage of the country is connected with the supply and the demand, bringing foreign investment to them. Like for Pakistan, for example, is one of the member states. In last 3 months, we brought more than 700 million investment in the digital era, simply because the competitive advantage of Pakistan is 60% about software. And that's one of the examples. I know we are cautious of time, but I can take it further, but that's one of the examples.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Ashwaq, very critical question. How can AI-driven technology open new opportunities for women in leadership, especially in this industry is traditionally dominated by men? It's not critical. It's very interesting.
critical,
It's very
actually.
interesting.
So this is really, really great question. So basically, from my own perspective, it's not about AI is not about technology revolution anymore. It's a cultural one. And AI is playing pivotal role, basically, to empower women. And this is going to surprise you. For example, like let's start with counting some use cases. AI is reducing the bias in the process that basically historically engaged by human, like promotions, hiring, performance evaluation, and so on. Now the AI advanced agentic tools capitalizing their outputs and impact over data and analytics, which is basically real and creating a fair, competitive culture, I would say, that make the talent visible in the end of the day. Also, the AI now comes with a new pathways and a new totally roles, like AI architects, AI governance, constraints engineering, and so on. Those new roles that no one basically have been hired in those roles before help women to go and lead from front, to not basically stuck with a sort of stereotype of leadership and employment. Last but not least, I believe AI here to augment human capabilities, to do repetitive tasks. So the leadership can free their time to focus more on strategies, innovation, and creativity as well. And I think those things we are great on as a woman.
Of course, of course, of course. Thank you so much. If I want to wrap this session, what would one myth to retire about AI? One sentence. Hanane, Mrs. Hanane, please.
AI's destiny is predetermined and magical.
Distinguished guests, our allocated time for this session has now come to an end.
Okay,
We thank you
they're
for your
calling out, they're
valuable
closing.
contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Dakhila Ashwaq. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.